Hey, what's going on? It's your boy back at you with another video, man. I'm chilling out. And I'm going to say something, man. This ain't going to be a long video. This probably going to be a little quick sports minute. I got some more coverage. I'm about to watch some of this game. But I want to say something. A lot of these New York Knicks fans, man, they're full of shit, too. All of a sudden, they all on RJ Barrett dick. But was it last year? Last year, they was trying to trade RJ Barrett, weren't they? But all of a sudden, and he's done great. They destroyed the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I think they play the Miami Heat in the second round. Which good shit for them. But I just like to expose the hypocrisy, right? All of a sudden now, the New York Knicks fans, all of a sudden they love RJ Barrett. All of a sudden, but yet last year they were the same people that wanted to trade him, because I watch Knicks games. And I see him sometime, and it's just like all of a sudden now they're hopping. Everybody in New York is hopping on the RJ Barrett bandwagon, and I think that's some phony ass shit, because this was the same dude that y'all said that when he had his struggles last year. I remember last year, he had his struggles. First thing they was bitching about him. They said he couldn't play defense. They said he wasn't a great ball handler. They said he wasn't a great shooter. But now all of a sudden, when he's doing well, everybody is hopping on the bandwagon. And I'm just gonna say something, man. RJ Barrett, I hope that he doesn't trust these New York Knicks fans, because they cannot be trusted, because they will turn on you. Just like they're turning on Julius Randle, okay? He had a bad game, okay? And y'all killing him. Because let's just face it. Real reason why people complain about Julius Randle, because they really don't want him there in the first place. And then you wonder why he's frustrated. Wouldn't you be frustrated when he already knows that the Madison Square Garden crowd hates him? It's just like these New York Knicks fans, I think they're worse than Laker fans, man. And I mean, it's some hardcore Knicks fans. Shout out to Knick Nation. No hate. But come on, man. Why all of a sudden now y'all hopping on the RJ Barrett bandwagon? It's just a bunch of bandwagon fans, man. Cause where was all this love for RJ Barrett last year? They was about, I mean, let's get the fuck out of here. Next management, they was shopping him. They were literally shopping him. Cause I remember the post that he made on Instagram about how bad they treated this man. Cause my man went to Duke. Shout out to the Blue Devils. He played with Zion Williamson too. Shout out to Duke. We're gonna get a national championship next year. But anyway, point I'm trying to make, all of a sudden now, and I just thought about that shit because I just seen a picture of him on Instagram. All of a sudden now, New York fans are all in love with RJ Barrett. Like, come on, man. Y'all full of shit. Because where was all this love at last year? Where was all that love last year when the Knicks were struggling? Where was it at? Y'all was these Knicks fans was bitching and crying. They was about ready to trade his ass. I just think that RJ Barrett, I hope that don't get caught up in that love fest, because these Knicks fans will turn on you quick. They will turn on you quick. They're hardcore. I mean, but I love Knicks fans. It's like the old Garden with Patrick Ewing, Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley, John Starks. See, I remember back in the days in the 90s, Herb Williams, the X-Man, those tough Charles Smith, Derek Harper, Chris Childs, Allen Houston, Larry Johnson. I remember those tough with John Wallace. I remember those tough Knicks teams, man. And they were very hard. They're very hardcore. So I just want RJ Barrett to just take it one game at a time. Don't get caught up in that love fest that they have for you right now. Because if you lose this series against the Miami Heat, they will turn on you again. They're very fickle, and they like the weather. Everybody loves you when it's sunny, but when it's raining, they was getting ready to trade his ass. You know, just like, they talk shit about, Tom Thibodeau, right? Thibodeau. All of a sudden now, Thibodeau is a genius because he's winning. Where was all this shit at last year? See that's the thing. People are always. That's why I just hope RJ Barrett just play basketball. Don't listen to all that love fest, because these motherfuckers will turn on you quick. If they lose this goddamn series, they're going to go right back to hating RJ Barrett. Because they hated RJ Barrett last year. I remember some of those Knicks games, they were booing him, man. They were booing him. Every time he touched the ball, they were booing him. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they're so in love with RJ Barrett. I just think that's total bullshit, man. I just hope that RJ Barrett don't pay attention to this fake love that they got for you. Because that shit can these Knicks fans can turn on you real quick. And him and Jalen Brunson, they're playing great. Even Obi Toppin is playing great. But I mean, and I don't want to sound like a hater, but I just hope that RJ Barrett just concentrate on playing basketball. Just do your job. Don't pay attention to all that fake love, because that shit can turn around real quick. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, if my thing is this. If you're going to be one way all the time. Don't be all in love with the guy all of a sudden now because you're winning. But last year, these Knicks fans are full of shit. They wanted this dude. They wanted RJ traded. They was shopping him last year. Because I remember he was sad about that shit. And I hope that he remembered that shit. That people, it's just a part of life. That people only care about you when you're winning. When you're winning, everybody loves you. But when you're losing, nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody gave a fuck about RJ Barrett last year. But all of a sudden, oh, we love RJ Barrett. We love RJ Barrett. Come on, man. I hope he don't buy into that shit. And just stay on his job and stay humble. Don't let this shit, and there's nothing wrong with enjoying success. Because the Knicks has had a successful season this year. They got out of the first round. I'm happy for them. A lot of people did not think that they were going to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers in 5 games like that. With Donovan Mitchell. And, I just think that that's some fake shit, man. That, that where all this fake love for RJ Barrett, but where was all that last year when they were losing? That's all I'm saying. But tell me what y'all think. I'm out.